Hey, it's Hasard, and today we're going to fight an AI adversary in DCS. So I spent the majority of my career flying the F-16, so today we're going to see if it lives up to the hype. We're going to see if my skills translate over and how it compares to flying the real thing. Before we get started, I want to thank Jackson Action Singleton for getting me set up with my rig. I didn't realize how much of a science project it was, so shout out to him. All right, let's get started. So first thing we're gonna do is just a free flight. So we have a flight lead out in front of me. I'm gonna see how close it is to the real thing, just flying formation. Then after that, we'll get into fighting an adversary. All right, here we go.
This is a free flight mission. Use it familiar with these here.
All right, so we got Colt 2 out there. So I guess I'm the flight lead. I'm Colt 1, but I'm flying formation off of him. Typically, we don't fly close formation too often, only when we're coming back home into the pattern up initial is when we fly close. But still important skill set. We'll also fly close when we're doing what's called a battle damage check after pretty much every sortie. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. Nice, Mavericks. That's kind of a legacy weapon. I did get a chance to shoot one of those in a training exercise, full up round, high explosive, against a armored personnel carrier, which was pretty awesome. All right, so you can see, got a pilot induced oscillation here. It's not quite, at least what I'm used to flying. It's gonna take a while, I think, to get used to the gains. But this is kind of a battle damage check, so you just want to look underneath the jet, make sure there are no pulled panels. We're pulling upwards of 9 Gs. Hopefully not with all those bombs on board, but pulling a lot of Gs to make sure there's no leaking fluids, things like that. And then you want to go over the top right there, make sure everything's good to go. And after that, go back into a close formation position, and then he'll do the same thing with me. So pretty realistic right there. You know, as much as you can be in the sim, there's a lot of inputs that you get from flying by the seat of your pants. So that's what we'll transition into now, more of what we call AHC, advanced handling. So let's just start off doing something simple, doing a loop. Looks like the clouds are gonna be fine with that. So 460 knots, that's 0.9 Mach, so we're flying just a little bit faster in airline speeds right now. And engage afterburner, and then pull up. So you can see the AOA bracket on the upper left-hand side. You want to fly what's called the green donut. So I'm pulling a little bit too hard right now. There's the green donut. I think that's 11 AOA. Otherwise, you're bleeding off too much airspeed. So what I can notice here is that I'm gonna have to keep my airspeed a lot more in my cross check than I would in an actual jet, because you don't get that, you're not feeling the Gs, you're not feeling the buffet of the wings. Your only input is gonna be the airspeed. So that's gonna be a little bit of a challenge when I'm dogfighting what we call BFM. But overall, pretty realistic. Amazing graphics. I have a head tracker that's tracking where my head is so that I can look around and see off the wings. Look at that, old school 500-pound Mark 82 bombs. I think there's only one time in my career, maybe 2 times in my career, when I flew with 6 Mark 82s. One was in the B course. You go and drop all of them on a target called HE Hill, high explosive hill. And then in Korea, there's this small training island called Jikdo. And so me and a flight lead went by the call sign Grizz, amazing fighter pilot. We did 2 pop attacks with 6 Mark 82s each, which was pretty awesome to see. So overall, pretty impressed with this. Let's get to fighting an adversary. All right, so here we go. Offensive BFM, mission overview, offensive BFM. We're in an F-16 Block 50. Enemy aircraft is at your 12 o'clock. Maintain an offensive posture and gain the kill. You are intended to start with a clear advantage. Experienced players may find it a useful exercise to delay firing and see how long they can maintain the offensive position. Going up against a Su-27, so that's a big old Soviet era fighter. Good performance, big aircraft, so it's a what we call a nice tennis court sized target for us to gun. So this first one, we'll just kind of see how the adversary reacts. We'll do kind of what it recommends, find a useful exercise to delay firing, and just kind of analyze how the AI pilot performs. All right, here we go.
Enemy aircraft is at 12 o'clock. Maintain an
So
offensive
tally, he's 1.5 miles in front of us. Airspeed's looking pretty good. So again, we're just gonna follow him here. We're not actually trying to gun him yet. Looks like a good reversal nose counter right there. He's flaring. All right, so it looks like he's in max afterburner this whole time, which we could easily kill him right now with a Fox 2, but we'll hold off on that. We'll try to just kill him with the gun. We require the lock. He's 1 mile away. He has 100 knots advantage on us. Kind of back to where we started right here. So 1 mile, that's way too far for the gun. You can see this would be an easy kill with the Fox 2. He's flaring those off. All right, so there we go. I'm getting slow. It's easy when you're not feeling the actual G's to let that go out of your cross check. But I'd say he's doing a good job. Going vertical down. A lot of fighter pilots have issues with vertical maneuvering. As you're going down right here, you're using radial G. So gravity is actually helping your turn performance. And then when you go uphill, getting a little fast. Ooh, look at that, a little gray out right there. So he's doing a good job of getting out of sync with me. All right, so let's restart this. Let's actually go for the kill. All right, so here we go. Based on what I saw, he is not trying to create very much closure, but he does a great job of timing his reversals. So we'll make sure to keep the power in and see if we can gun him. Look at that, already going downhill. Come on, do better G-strain. You can see his afterburner cooking. He's gonna go into the clouds. Oh, there we go. Nice. 6,000 feet above the floor. Let's go down to the clouds. Obviously you don't want to mort yourself on the floor yourself. All right, not bad, we got him. So let's go move on to a high aspect cam setup before we do something like this. All right, mission overview, high aspect, BFM. We're in an F-16 Block 50 again. An enemy aircraft is at your 12 o'clock. Achieve a offensive position and gain the kill as quickly as possible. Threat, again, is Su-27. And then if we kill that, his wingman's gonna come in, which is gonna be a MiG-29. So we'll try to kill him too. So What we're doing here, before we were starting from a position of advantage behind the adversary, now we're going to go beak to beak at about 1,000 knots, about 1,200 miles an hour. So let's give this a shot. All right, so always want to get the power in quickly, 350 knots.
This position and gain the kill as quickly as possible.
All right, so this is more of a training setup. Unwritten rule is you don't shoot until you're past 3.9. So a little fast there. Look like he went up over the top right there. Come on. Guess I was getting a little fast. Want to keep sight. That can be difficult when you're pulling this amount of G. I mean, it's in the real world, that G is crushing. I weigh 200 pounds, 220 with my gear on. That's about 2,000 pounds of force on your body. Fighter pilots have a lot of neck and back issues. All right, so we're doing pretty good right here. We're now in a somewhat offensive position. Key here is to just keep reeling him in. 480 knots. All right. G-lock. All right, so he's doing a pretty good job of getting out of sync. 350. Get that power in. A little slow. All right, so same thing here. We could easily kill him with the Fox 2, but let's see if we can kill him just with the gun. Now, unfortunately, BFM dogfighting is really only about 10% of being a fighter pilot these days, but high aspect BFM, what we're doing right here, is called the sport of kings. It's still important to be able to know how to do, and it's a lot of fun. All right, yep, there we go. Key is not to get too slow there. It's amazing how many flares a Su-27 can put out. They're almost like bombers. Let's be a little bit aggressive here. Ah, come on. There we go. All right, so that worked out well. Let's get a lock. 3,400 feet. Yeah, these guys just do not try to cause much closure. Come on. 2,000 feet, that's looking pretty good. Ooh. Little jet wash right there. Damn it. Gun mech isn't on point. Those are... That would probably jam the gun in real life, but I'm trying to save as much ammo as possible. Oh, there we go. Nice. Looks like he's still alive though. It says destroyed. All right, while we're waiting for the adversary, today's sponsor is Masterworks. You've lost your engine, what's your first move? You want to stay calm, fly the plane and continue to make good decisions while you try to solve the problem. However, even with a good game plan, you can still find yourself in a bad position low on options. That sinking feeling has hit many people this year with what's happening to the economy. Portfolios, savings, and 401ks are dropping. Now the news may be saying recession, but there are always options. Like one that handed back a 13.9% net return to investors just last month from Masterworks. That's right, even in 2022, Masterworks' last 3 exits returned 13, 17, and 21% net. Fortunately, this isn't crypto or NFTs. You can read the SEC documentation for all offerings in the description and at sec.gov. Masterworks has over 600,000 users and offerings have sold out in minutes. But you can get special access at the link below. All right, so we're a little bit slow here. He's a mile away. We're in a 2-circle fight. F-16 is a phenomenal rate fighter. It was designed in large part by, you might be able to see over my right shoulder, John Boyd. His vision, stripped down hot rod, no extra fat. It's a lightweight aircraft, lots of power, as long as I don't bleed off my airspeed. Although we, in the years since the 1970s, we put a lot of things on the jet. So Boyd probably would be rolling in his grave. When I was in Afghanistan, there would be times when we would have to tap afterburner while we were on the tanker just because we had so much crap on our wings. Carrying GB-31s, 2,000-pound bombs, carrying AGR-20s. Those things are like trash cans out on the wing. But right now, 2-circle fight. Doing okay. Actually, he's doing a good job of pointing, so let's continue to pull. Ooh, looks like there's a second adversary out there. This isn't gonna end well. Or is that a missile from when he launched before? I'm not sure, I'm getting a little slow. All right, so he's slowly walking away from me, which isn't great. We still have altitude, so let's use some of that. All right, so he's shooting at me. This isn't going well. Let's see if we can reverse this. You can hear the low speed horn because I'm at 160 knots. All right, so he's shooting missiles, so good thing is there's not a training floor here. Makes it a lot easier. Makes it a lot easier to know where the floor is as opposed to having to constantly cross-check your altitude. Su-27 can carry a lot of ordnance. Let's reverse. That look like reversal cues. Yeah, these guys just don't know how to slow down. Come on, get a lock. Come on, lock them up. I don't know. I don't think I got the tone. All right. Nice. All right, we killed him. Perfect. That's Watch them go in.
Enemy aircraft has been destroyed. You may exit the mission
Nice.
and return to base.
All right, so there we go. That was pretty realistic. So I would say overall, you know, this is about 75% of flying the real thing. Now, obviously, formation flying, feeling the G's, feeling the buffeting, that's not realistic, but actually the principles of BFM and maneuvering in relation to another aircraft, that was realistic. Now, we typically don't use simulators like this for formation flying or BFM, which is what we were doing today. More air to ground and long range air to air, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. Now that I have my own rig, I'm planning on fighting against some people out there. So if you want to fight against me, just drop me a line. Instagram is probably best, or in the comments, let me know and we'll set something up. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Oh, also, I'm going to be giving away a flight in a real L-39. So I wrote a book called The Art of Clear Thinking. It's on decision making. So you can pre-order it now, and to throw your hat in the ring to win that flight, all you have to do is to pre-order a copy of the book. I'll make sure the link is in the description. And then when the book comes out, we'll announce the winner. Go ahead and check that out, and I'll see you next time.